Hey guys, it's Jovi and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. How are y'all doing today? I hope y'all are having an amazing day. I am not. I am not. I am not. I have I guess you would call it a boil on my underarm. Oh my god. It occasionally happens when sometimes I use degree for whatever reason. Um that the strong one, whenever I use deodorant that's too strong sometimes, and I've been effed up for like since like yesterday morning, Saturday night really. Um my whole shit hurt. I could hardly move. I could hardly sleep. I didn't go to sleep till like 4 o'clock this morning. Ask me why I didn't go to sleep till like 4 o'clock this morning. This bitch. I can't even sleep correctly. But I'm here. I'm here. I said no bitch. We here. We here. Okay. All right. So before we begin, please don't forget to like this video. Like it now because you're gonna forget to like it later. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my other social media platforms. I'm Jovi Beauty. I'm Jovi Beauty on all platforms. Please follow, please subscribe, all that good stuff. Okay, I'm gonna hardly move. Y'all gonna think this arm is crippled because if I move it too much, it's gonna get on my nerves. I had a friend who had. Well, hers was really severe. Like she couldn't use no sort of deodorant, and if I remember correctly, she had to get like surgery and stuff. Hopefully it doesn't get that bad. I get it occasionally happens to me, like I said, when I use that 48-hour strong bullshit. Okay, and I don't know why I bought that. I just bought it. I wasn't paying attention, and now I got a fucking big old boil right here, right there, right there. Not even in the mid. No, I don't even think it being in the middle would have been better. But like right on the edge where your arm curve, Brett. When I say I can't sleep, I mean I can't sleep. But that's a story for later. Okay. Happy New Year to everybody. She said, I have one on my inner thigh. It started the same way. I'm telling, I don't know what it is, but I can't. I've told y'all before, even with the vitamins that we use, I like them because they're gummy. They're formulated for us. Shout out to Black Girl Vitamins, etc., etc. Use code Jovi, get you 50% off. Anyway, but I don't really take, like, even when I have a headache, I don't like taking pills unless it's like really bad. Not even like Tylenol, right? It gotta be. I'm not one of them people that just like, I'm real sensitive to things. So apparently I'm sensitive to that extra strong 48-hour fresh deodorant bullshit. I'm just at this point, because you know what? I ran out of the Lumi that I bought. At this point, I just need to buy the Lumi again and call it a day, or cut off my underarm, or use one of those natural deodorants, because I don't stink, but a bitch who get boiled. I don't even want to deal with that right now. All right, so hope everyone is doing well. Let's get into what has been happening this week. Like I said, my arm is hurting. I can't do too much. So I ain't put on no contacts. But y'all said it's fine if I come on with my glasses. Y'all gonna love me anyway. So we here. Okay, we here. So, oh my God. So much things are going on, and I don't even know really where to fucking start. Okay, let's talk about some things that are serious, like Venezuela, like Venezuela. Like we went to sleep Friday night, and we woke up on the brink of war. We woke up kidnapping motherfuckers. Okay, we woke up kidnapping motherfuckers. Okay, and they wives. We done ran through Venezuela like we are fucking gorillas or some shit. Like like a guerrilla army. Like we are a militia for another country out this bitch. Okay, so we done ran through Venezuela, snatched up their president, and at this point, I don't know why. Let me not say that. At this point, World War III is fucking imminent. It involves the world. Okay. Listen, it was one thing when they was warring over there. Okay. Whether it was, and I'm gonna keep it above, whether even if it was Israel and Palestine, that was still over there. Russia and Ukraine, that was still over there. That was on the same time zones for the most part. These motherfuckers in the same time zone for the most part, even though different countries and continents, they was on the same time zone. Even if they would have brought that shit to France, that's still in the same areas. It's night at the same time over there. We done said this idiot that we listen done brought that shit over to our time zone. I think that's the definition of a world war. The world is involved. It was one thing to have the two wars popping off in the same fucking time zone. It's night. Now we done snatched up a president. I'm waiting to hear what's gonna happen over here. I already told y'all he was y'all heard when he was fucking with Panama. Y'all know my people Panamanian. Messing with the Caribbean, running all through them, doing a whole bunch of shit. Snatching up Venezuelan presidents, all because you want to steal their fucking oil. Fucking with Mexico. Fucking with Canada. I comprehend we spend billions of dollars on our military, on the Department of War, because that's what the fuck it is at this point, right? It's not even the military, it's the Department of fucking War, because that's the goal, war. But I don't know if we on our time zones, on our daytimes is the same, on our night times is the same areas. I don't know if it makes that much sense, or if we are fighting every fucking body else in our fucking time zone. It doesn't matter how much unless you go and kill, unalive everybody in Canada, South America, Central America, the Caribbean. I don't understand where this shit can go. This shit is a big F. It's a fail. We are attacking everybody that is literally, we're like Israel at this point. Everyone's surrounding us. Like they not cool. Oh my God. Let me pull up. Oh my God. Okay, it's so much things happening. Like I said, I'm trying to keep my thing together. But this is out of pocket. Hold on. I'm on this is outrageous. I'm pulling it up now. I'm pulling up my Twitter, okay? Because you have to be fucking kidding me. Are we surprised? Absolutely not. But the reality of it is like crazy as hell. So the special forces captured Maduro, okay? They ran through their city and captured him. Listen. this is why they said that a lot of these senators, I think the VP, a lot of them moved on to army bases. Did y'all know that? They moved on to army bases because they know what they doing. They know somebody is going to run down. And the gag is, you want to know the gag of it all? Someone is going to run down on us hard. And we ain't gonna know who the fuck it is. Cause when you fucking with everybody and you a bully, anybody gonna knock your ass out. And you don't know who did it. You in a room full of people who want to knock you out. The lights go off. It's gonna be like a whodunit novel. Like the light's gonna go off. We gonna wait. The light's gonna pop back on, or Regina gonna be down, and then ain't nobody. But ain't nobody gonna know who did it. Was it here? Was it them? Was it this? Was it that? Ain't nobody gonna know because let's pop off. Let's steal people's fucking presidents in the middle of the night. Oh shit! Oh my god! So they blew up a bunch of places, a bunch of people. Okay, one was an 80-year-old lady from Venezuela. She was out of here. They blew up her apartment. Okay, It said, I will never vote to send someone. Okay, listen. This is not Gaza. This is not Lebanon. This is Venezuela. The unaliving of civilians in Venezuela is condemnable. Is as condemnable as the unaliving of the citizens in Gaza, Lebanon, and Ukraine. The law is the same in Venezuela. Okay. Look at this shit. They blew it up. What happens if somebody go and trying to snatch up Orangina and blow up the Lincoln Monument or some shit? That's crazy. That's crazy. Hold on. They want to go. Listen, we did all of this for oil.
I want to go in so badly. Yeah, they're going to be taken.
We created this idiot created a situation. I.e. tariffs that made everybody else say fuck you. And instead of just acknowledging that and going back on it, you go ahead and kidnap a fucking president of another country, murder a whole bunch of people, damn near start a war. 3 is on the horizon. All because you don't want to say you fucked up with your tariffs. So now you think you're going to send oil tycoons down to Venezuela.
Yeah, they're going to be.
Hold on, let me, because I can't hear it.
Taken very good care of. Yes, ma'am. Yes. I have.
Which ones? Have you received any commitments?
All of them, yes.
Any commitments from the oil companies?
They want to go in so badly.
He said they want to go in so bad. All this to steal people oil. All of this. All of this. Let's
de un
see.
ataque de esta naturaleza
Let's see what the vice president of
que
Venezuela
tiene
said.
sin duda alguna tinte sionista. Es realmente vergonzoso. Lo dijo nuestro padre libertador en la Carta de Jamaica. El velo se ha rasgado, ya hemos visto la luz y se nos quiere volver a las tinieblas. Se han roto las cadenas, ya hemos sido libres y nuestros enemigos pretenden de nuevo esclavizarnos. Si hay algo que el pueblo venezolano y que este país tiene muy claro,
They listen to what this lady is saying. Well, read what this lady is saying. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna mute it and I'm gonna read it out. Wait, can I mute this?
Es que jamás
I'm going to mute it and I'm going to read it out. What she's saying, it's up. When I tell you it's up, it's been up. They waiting for shit like this. It's been up. She's speaking about the Jamaicans. Mind you, remember, we have been speaking a lot lately about the African nations, a lot of African nations, especially the ones that Trump, I think it was this week or last week, he restricted the Burkina Faso. Y'all know I've been talking about Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, a lot of these countries, right, that are out there getting trained in Russia, that Russia is spending such special forces to train them. They about to take them, they taking the fuck over. Okay. The Venezuela is part of BRICS. Let's Google it. Hold on. Just for me to confirm. Okay. Venezuela is trying to be in BRICS. Okay, I just Googled it. Venezuela is working toward joining BRICS. We spoke about BRICS. Okay, BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, a bunch of those are the names that make up the BRICS, but it's a bunch of other countries that have most of the natural resources in the world. Pay attention. Okay, BRICS is trying to kill the dollar. Pay attention. They damn near killed the dollar. Even right now, I think Taiwan is part of it because, okay, when you exchange globally, this is how America and the dollar and all of this. When you exchange globally, let's say you are Venezuela. Let's use Venezuela. And you're even trying to trade with China, right? Venezuela got their own money. China got their own money. But in the exchanging of said monies to, let's say they're buying oil or buying soybeans, right? They're buying the soy that they're not buying from America, right? They're buying the soy from Venezuela, sending it to China, right? Cool. To do that exchange, even though they have the same type of money, that money is, for the most part, has to be converted into the dollar, if you get me, right? For the exchange. BRICS is on some shit that is trying to, they have already, but more countries, is getting on board with it because I think South Africa and Taiwan just did it. They're able to now, they created a system where the dollar is not in it, and they're able to exchange items without the dollar. Now you asking, but what does it matter? It matters because when you exchanging it for the dollar says how much this money is worth and how much that money is worth. And they get a percentage of said monies. You feel me? But when you're able to exchange yen for pesos, fuck it. When you're able to exchange the yen for pesos, via yen pesos without the dollar, the value of your money stays where it's supposed to be, or stay the actual value it is in your country in comparison to what the US say your fucking money is worth. Understand? Do we get it? So Venezuela, even though they got their shit going on, and don't fight me, okay? I'm not trying to say that Venezuela, because they got their own shit going on, right? They got their own shit going on. They got disputes and shit, but it ain't America's business to jump up in they fucking fight. Are people sending troops over here to take out our situation? No, that's for us to deal with, just like it's for the Venezuelan people to deal with. Okay, so in the 2024 BRICS summit, right? The last summit, they had a summit last year in Brazil. I remember that. So this might be 2025. I don't know. in Brazil, because my daughter was in Brazil when they was having this summit. Okay, that's how I know. I remember. I'm like, oh shit, you might end up at the thing because she was with the people. Anyway, it says Brazil blocked Venezuela's application to the bloc, largely due to the disputed 24 Venezuelan elections and ongoing Venezuelan crisis. Venezuela recalls its ambassador from Brazil in response. Listen, I bet you Brazil is down now. Listen, this shit about to bring in. Hold on. This is another concern. This shit are the only country in South America, peep game, even Central America, they trying to get down too, but they small. The Caribbeans are trying to get down too. They not trying to join the U.S. and Europe, no, because they were enslaved by you. Say what you want. The Russians ain't, you know what I'm saying? The Russians been in battle with them, and the Russians is like, oh, we ain't do that. We different type of white people. That's how they give it up. The only people who have an issue with the BRICS is Argentina. And if you know anything about history, like I know about history, my girls know about history. Y'all know why Argentina ain't fucking with the BRICS. The people who run Argentina are the fucking Nazis. That's where the Nazis ran. Yeah, they went other places in disguise, Poland. They went other places, They ran around the world running away after what happened with the H-man, right? Just like these people here are gonna get to try to running away when this shit go left. Okay, so they left, and majority of them went where? To fucking Argentina. All them damn white people in Argentina, they just Nazis who speak Spanish, or the grandchildren or the children of fucking Nazis, right? So we understand why Argentina don't want to join BRICS, because BRICS is, in my opinion, the we all equal. You got that money? That's all that matters. We equal. These people been trying to control us forever. We ain't doing it no more. The BRICS is the equations of, if you ever watched, and I know in this scenario, we're supposed to be the bad people. They're supposed to be the bad guy. But listen to me. You ever seen like 300? Or, because I'm trying, for those people who didn't pay attention in school, I'm trying to put this together for you. Or any of them old movies. They're the Persians. They're the Persians. The Persians were like the Indians, the Arabs, and all of them. A lot of the Africans. They are the Persians. We just see history. The movies are made from the winner's perspective. But the quote unquote Persians, let's say, if we want to take it there, were able to have all of the other known countries at the time, besides these Europeans, get down with them, because it's only fair. I don't need to squash you for you to live. We can barter, huh? I don't need to enslave you. I don't need to do all of that wild shit to you. And yes, there was, we put somebody in the chat gonna say, oh, they was slavery back then with the not like that. Not like that. And I'm not dealing with all that shit now. Look at me giving y'all a history lesson with a boil under my arm. Hello. All right. So Argentina is the only one. Repeat what I said at the beginning of this shit. I just looked it up. I didn't know that before, but all this shit starting to click. I told y'all I've always been good with history, social studies, because I could create timelines. Let's create this timeline. That's big picture here. The only people on this side of even fucking Canada, I really believe, would get down with the BRICS. Mexico trying to get down with the BRICS. Mexico was like, oh, but they're gonna get down with the BRICS. They stole listening. More than likely, because he got rejected. And they think, because this is how white people are and this is how they behave. So again, they can't comprehend other people and other people's thoughts and processes because they think they are the barometer of how things go and how everybody else should think. That self-involved bullshit that they do. Fuck the world if I'm fine. Shit that they do. It's not how everybody else does. So they done jumped this shit off with Venezuela, snatched up the president and his motherfucking wife. To bring them here for a trial. Mind you, Netanyahu is out here flying across fucking Antarctica in order to avoid countries that would snatch his ass up and take him to jail. So let's go back. I gave you that little history lesson. We know where most of the people, hold on. We know where a lot of the people in Central and South America come from. We know that. We know South America is full of people who look like us. Whether they came on boats on their own before these people got here, or they were brought here during the transatlantic. Let me just say that. They were brought here during the transatlantic. There are more of us down there. Shit, there's more of us down there than even in this country. Standing on business. Pay attention to what this lady says. I say all of that to tell you to pay attention. I'm going to read it because she's speaking in Spanish, but they got the words up. I'm going to read what she said, what she says. Okay, so let's go back. What I just told you about the BRICS, about a little bit of history, about what you know about history. Okay, let's get out of our American bag and pay attention to the global world. Governments around the world are simply shocked that the Bolivian Republic of Venezuela is the victim and target of an attack of this nature. Facts, which undoubtedly has a Zionist ting. You heard that? Undoubtedly has a Zionist ting. Bitch. She said, you don't like y'all like Americans. Even if you cool with Americans, what about those Israelis? They, in case you forgot, they're like this. In case you forgot. It's truly shameful. Our father liberators said it in the Jamaican letter. The veil has been torn. We have already seen the light, and they want to drag us back in the darkness. The chains have been broken. We have already been free, and our enemies intend to enslave us again. If there's one thing that the Venezuelan people and every country, whoa, she bucking. Hold on, wait. Venezuela is one thing that the Venezuelan people and this country are absolutely clear about, is that there will never again be slaves. Blood clot. All of Venezuela is mobilized. Okay? And decree that has already been signed by President Maduro and only the president of Venezuela. There's only one president in this country, and his name is Nicola Maduro Moros. Bitch. She said they was prepared for this. She said they was prepared for this. Because people like this, people who come from enslavement, people who come from the struggle, people who are unlike the people who run in this country right now, are willing to fall on their fucking swords, and they cannot comprehend that. Like, they can't comprehend how we are. They cannot comprehend that. They said we will never be enslaved again. Understand what the fuck is happening here. We will not be your fucking oil plantation, bitch. That's what she said. You will not do us like y'all did Gaddafi and them. Libya was amazing, and now Libya has been in war since they drugged the Gaddafi out of there and took him out of here. Baby, do we see the forest for the tree? Because 2026 and 27, 28 is about to be up. And everybody who stood around, the magnified, all of them, will have to deal with the ramifications. We'll all have to deal with the ramifications of it. But at the end of all of it, they will have to deal with the real ramifications of this. They are going to pull, and I'm telling you, they isn't us. They're going to pull a Germany so hard because they tried. After the end of slavery, they tried, but they backpedaled and they gave the people and they made them, and they didn't smack their asses. Okay? They're going to pull a Germany. They're going to cleanse this whole bitch of those type of people. We might fuck around and get them 40 acres and a mule. We might fuck around. Let me pull up one of these fucking articles. Venezuela has been working hard. This is another. Oh, this is Russia. This is a Russian magazine. When the fuck was this made? Russia made this article last year. Hold up. I'm gonna pull it up. Okay. They give American translation. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. And shout out to them for not having a fucking paywall. When we say shout out to them for not having a fucking paywall. Venezuela's difficult path. This was made March 25th of last year. March 25th of last year. Let me read it real quick. Venezuela difficult path to BRICS membership. An explainer. Mind you, this is saying Venezuela been trying to get in. It's not like, oh, we just was trying to get in now because we see the forest for the trees, the smoke, whatever. Venezuela been trying to get into BRICS. Venezuela, like, please. We were subjugated by these hoes too. Fuck them, fuck their dollar. Venezuela's like, please, let's read this article. Venezuelans have been working hard to join BRICS as a full member. They are a part member. There's a lot of countries that are like part members and not full members yet. Like the Sahel nations. I told y'all Burkina Faso, Mali, and them. These nations are still small. And, it takes a while to be able to join BRICS. You got to be a big bad bitch, but you still get a lot of benefits for joining BRICS, right? So they are a part member. They're not a full member yet, okay? But they're a part member. Has been working hard to join BRICS as a full member. The Caracas, well aware of the growing role of the group on the world stage and attaching great importance to Venezuela's BRICS cooperations. However, significant political and diplomatic barriers need to be overcome by Caracas if it is to succeed. Most of the lies what? Most of this lies in the current relations with Brazil, which also holds the BRICS chairmanship for 2025. That's why BRICS was able to, that's why Brazil was able to deny them, because I guess every year, every couple of years, they switch out who's the chairperson, right? So the chairperson is now Brazil. And listen, Brazil is going to get down. Brazil is trying to play, okay, we the biggest country in South America, but it's getting real now. And when you got, we fighting white people now. Let's not fight each other. Okay, that's what's happening. So the BRICS chairmanship for 2025, yet Venezuela's regional relations has also need attention. These disagreements initially began in 2026 when Venezuela was suspended from its membership of a South African trading bloc, right? Which Venezuelans had originally joined in 2012. During that membership period, most of which was overseen by the current Venezuelan president, Maduro members Brazil, Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay concluded that Venezuela had not incorporated key rules on trade and human rights into its national laws, and has been promised by the previous president, Hugo Chavez, who died in 2013. Maduro stated at the time that there was conflict between Macora's regulation position and Venezuela's laws as concerning its sovereignty. The issues between Venezuela remain unsolved. The country is still suspended 9 years later, suggested some. So basically, they're saying, Brazil is trying to say, like, y'all need to treat y'all people better, do a little better, which I do agree, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna because I'm not letting you join because I want you to treat your people better. That does not mean that I'm stupid enough. This is Venezuela. This is Brazil right now. I'm stupid enough to think that, okay, they got rid of you and Orangina about to put a puppet in there and the people going to get treated any better. The people are going to be treated 10 times worse. Shit is going to be 10 times worse. We already know what's up. That's why they keep making the correlation between Libya and Gaddafi and what's happening now. Because if Brazil don't even pretend to think, well, they know better, they in the BRICS, but don't even pretend to think that anything is going to get better, like the vice president just said in the video we watched, they're literally trying to fucking enslave us. Let's be very clear on what the fuck is happening, okay? Let me continue reading this because I didn't read this before. Third time, Brazil and several other Latin countries insisted on the publication of the results of the full. Okay, so they feel like the president got in through cheating. What the fuck is Orangina have to do with this when we all feel like he cheated? U.S. other neighbors have been that it continues not to recognize Maduro as a legitimate president. So basically, they're attempting to say, I'm putting all this shit together because this article is from last year. They're trying to say that Orangina kidnapped Maduro because of his issues with Brazil's and them trying to say that his presidency is illegal. Is that what's happening? So Maduro, to fix this, because he's trying to join BRICS, in 2024, he went all the way to the BRICS summit to meet with Putin and took part in BRICS meetings. However, the Brazil got into it and was trying to fuck his shit up. Listen, at the end of the day, Brazil, and I understand Brazil is the biggest country in South America. I 1000% understand. Brazil is the biggest country within South America. Yes, Venezuela got a bunch of weird shit going on. But thinking that you're gonna make Venezuela an American colony and it's not going to destroy the entire South America is not a delusion that I think the president of Brazil currently has. I think when, we might not, I might not, we might not click up on how you doing things, but we know that you leaving to put in somebody who half of America don't even want to be their president, who's a fucking idiot, is not what we want to do. This is crazy. It's crazy. VP Harris said Orangina's actions in Venezuela did not make America safer, stronger, or more affordable. That Maduro is a brutal, illegitimate dictator does not change the fact that this action was both unlawful and unwise. Facts. I thought America was staying out of other people's shit. What happened? Okay? We've seen this movie before. War on regime change or oil that are sold as strengths, but turns into chaos, and American families pay the price. The American people do not want this, and they are tired of being lied to. This is not about drugs or democracy. It's not about drugs. It's not about democracy, baby. It's not about none of that. It's about oil. Anyway, she says it's not about drugs or democracy. It's about oil and Orangina's desire to play the regional strongman. If he cared about either, he would pardon a convicted drug trafficker and sideline Venezuela's legitimate opposition while pursuing deals with Maduro's cronies. The president is putting troops at risk, spending billions destabilizing a region and offering no legitimate authority, no exit plan, and no benefits at home. America needs leadership who, yeah. No disrespect, but you don't understand what I'm saying. Wasn't Venezuela where he was sending them niggas to go to jail? Wasn't it? Listen, let me jump up in these chats. How is everyone doing today? Girl, you back a member? You've been a member for 5 years. Shout out to DC. Shout out to all of y'all. Listen, my underarm is in pain, but we here. I'm gonna drop this real quick commercial break, and when we get back, I'm gonna go into the said comments. Okay, hold on. Where is the commercial break? We'll be back. Hey guys, it's Jovi, and we all know I'm all about living your life like it's golden and being healthy emotionally, okay? But more than just emotionally, we need to be healthy physically as well. As I get older, I decided that I need to take more vitamins, balance myself out. I'm iron deficient, D3 deficient, all the deficiencies, normal deficiencies for Black women who live in America. So I decided that I'm going to start taking vitamins, and not just any vitamins. I did my research and I decided that I was going to start taking Black girl vitamins. Why? Because they're made by Black scientists. Hello, Black doctors, okay, for Black women, aka they are formulated for our bodies, all right? Not those other watered down versions that don't really do it for us. These are made for us. And when I tell you I have been feeling amazing, I have been feeling amazing. I've also started taking their collagen as well, and it's really good. It mixes well. You don't even see it. I am just so excited about where 2026 is going to take us. Like I always said, I want you to live your life like it's golden, because there's no other way to live it. And we have to do that not only from an emotional standpoint, standing on business, but also physically, making sure we are as strong and as healthy as we need to be in this new era of, So go to Black Girl Vitamins, use code Jovi to get you 15% off of your first purchase. Hey guys, okay, so go to Black Girl Vitamins, use Jovi as your promo code. You'll get 50% discount on your items. Okay. Speaking of that, before I jump into these comments, I have not mailed out the collagen and the pills to our winners yet. I was supposed to mail it this morning, but like I said, my arm been effed up. I will be taking it to the post office by Wednesday. Okay, y'all will get y'all items. The two ladies will receive their items Wednesday by the weekend. You'll receive your items by the weekend. I'm not going nowhere right now. Okay, I'm not packing nothing. Okay, I'm supposed to go return something at Nordstrom's and I ain't even do that. Okay, I ain't packing nothing. I can hardly pick my damn arm up without it being in pain. But you will get your stuff by this weekend. Just hold on, give me a moment. Okay, now let's jump into these comments. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Please don't forget to like this video. If you are here, like it now because you might forget to like it later. Subscribe and share. Volvo says she glad out here. Yes, I said no. I said, hell, I said, even if I got to do this bitch in bed, I'm doing it. And like I said, I'll be back at 6 today with another, what is today? Today is the 5th with another story. My friend is taking me. Side note, I gave my homegirl her Christmas gift. I showed it to y'all last week. She loved it. We went out this weekend. I went to a bridal shower and then I ended up at a club. Why was I at a club? Why was I at a club? I went to a bridal shower and I ended up at a fucking club. Okay, the bridal shower was so cute and dainty and it was beautiful. Why did I end up at the club? I was not prepared to go to a club. Okay, I posted the video on my IG if you've seen it. It's club man. It was popping. I ain't gonna hold you. It was popping. Okay, I ended up at the club. I felt like I was chaperoning the 30-year-olds. I swear to God. It was this one. Look, listen, it was crazy. It was crazy, but I had a good time. Hey, Jamie.
Hey, so I've written a whole lot, and I'm like, okay, it's better if I just say. Okay, the first, did you see the segment, the 15-minute segment about CCOT from on 60 Minutes that they dropped from 60 Minutes?
No, I did not.
It's on YouTube. Look it up. As, those men were there for 4 months, and they probably are still waking up in the middle of the night, scared to death. That's one thing. Second thing, Trump, President Florida man, has he's got this worked out. He's going after the whole Western Hemisphere. Is it Xi Jinping? Xi Jinping will have the whole of Asia, and Putin will have Europe. That's what this is. But also, ain't nobody talking about the whose files. That's another thing.
That's another thing.
So, a lot. But I was going to ask you, since you're in New York, what are they saying about like have Maduro's the Maduros, have they reached New York, or what's going on?
What you mean?
Because they're supposed to be housing them in New York.
Oh, I think they are here, but I don't know where they housing them.
Well, I know that. I'm saying, I know you know, but I didn't know if they were there or not. I didn't know if Mayor Z was going to tell them Trump, the Trump regime, nah.
I don't know the situation. I heard he's supposed to be here. I don't know what's going on. I know everybody that I've spoken to, like just in the street, and it mentions is like, what the is happening?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know where he's being housed. Maybe it's not in the city.
Yeah.
I would think maybe it would be more like upstate, Long Island, you know, because those areas, they'll do it.
Yeah,
But you know, you gotta remember, New York is bigger than the city, so
yeah,
it's a lot of places where he could be.
yeah, yep.
They just said New York. I don't know. I don't think they said New York City.
Well, Zoran Mamdani, because he made a speech about it.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
What did he say?
that's why I was asking you exactly because I only saw a clip.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I didn't see. I told you I've been laid up with my with a bubble under my arm all weekend.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I wrote about that. I get those same risers under my arm. I had to stop using deodorant years ago until I would use a crystal rock from what you call it, but that it worked. But you know, if you were really pushing it, but Lumi and Native, though I can use those, and I can only wash really with tea tree oil.
Okay,
I
okay.
mean, I'm sorry, not just tea tree oil, but tea tree oil soap,
Oh, yeah. Well,
any
you know,
kind of
soap seems
antibacterial.
to be okay. It's like I said, I just know it. Every time something happen, I go and I look. I'm like, damn,
Yep.
because whatever reason I bought Degree, my daughter bought it, and I'm not paying attention.
Mm-mm.
I use it, and the next thing you know,
You can't. Nope.
I
Those
can't
things,
move,
they're
sleep.
too they're too painful for. I'm like, that's a lesson that I don't have to learn again. Okay, I won't use it. Mm-mm.
I'm over it. I'm over it. I was using Lumi, but we ran out, and I was,
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even thinking.
Mm-hmm. That. Yep. Yeah. But anyway, okay. I think I said what I wanted to say about that. But like I said, also, this is distracting from the Jeffrey files.
Yes.
But I still do believe he wants all these. He wants all of the whole of the Americas. But it's also nobody's
Yeah,
talking
he
about
trying to
the
enslave.
file.
Yeah, like the lady said, like they trying to put everybody back in slavery. Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And take us back to the Gilded Age, where we all hungry, and because they're talking about AI and AI is going to have the jobs and all this stuff and robotics and who is going to be able to afford to buy anything? That's how things collapse.
No, see, and the places that do like a Libya, they want
Yeah.
to destroy that.
Hmm.
Yeah, you didn't have to work. Like, look at Israel; they don't fucking work. They work
Nope.
if they feel like it.
Yep.
But America's not going to be like, oh, we're gonna set these things up. Everything on food gonna be produced, whatever, and shit is free. That's how it should be, but it won't. It won't be like that. People will
Yep.
just starving in the fucking streets. Things will just be effed up.
And I don't understand. Well, he said I have to keep remembering he loves the poorly educated.
Yeah.
I have to keep every time I go for why, no, I think I have to think about that. He loves the poorly educated.
And they're too
These
stupid to understand what's going on. That's why I like to sometimes give a little history lesson because everybody don't know.
true. I mean, yeah, I had private school education, so uh, uh, I all that stuff.
Yeah.
But uh, this is it's driving me crazy to uh watch what's going on and knowing what the outcome is going to be. Other people, again, I don't understand why people's memories aren't longer. But and I throw this in there: JD Vance owning all the farms. The USSR had state-sponsored food. I don't know if y'all are all any of y'all are old enough to remember
Going to
the.
have to eminent domain them bitches. That's why I said listen. We know what they want to happen. We
Oh
know,
yeah.
but
Hmm.
shit don't ever really go how you want it to go.
Not.
So we don't know what is gonna fucking happen or what could happen. But it needs to get to a point where we here, not us, but the people who put them there, need to get
Hmm.
shit
MAGA.
and fix this shit. And Take all that shit. Yeah, he owned them. Take all that shit from him. Just like they took it from the Indians. Just like they take black towns. They take your house. They take your whatever when they fucking feel like it. Just
That's right.
snatch all that shit from them.
Yep.
And from all these billionaires, that's what we need to be. That's the point we need to step over. Snatch all that shit from them.
And it's got to be the white folk that are uncomfortable. They got to be hurting first before anything happens. White folk got to be hurting.
But we can't do it.
So we just gonna have to wait and see. Just wait and see. But this way, okay. So I'm gonna drop back
I got
down.
2 more callers up here, Jamie.
Yeah. Oh, let me definitely drop back down. Okay.
All right, girl. All right. I'm gonna pull up Koja and I'm gonna pull up Nadi. Hey, Koja.
Hey, girl, there are so many degrees. It's more than 6 degrees of separation that need to be connected. But imagine another country coming in and say, Trump is not the president. We saw what he did with the voting machines. We saw how he doing his people. So we just gonna come and kidnap you. And that's essentially what they did. That's not our business. But I want to tell the people, listen.
He ran on those shits ain't our business.
And people, listen, when y'all come for y'all working with America, the majority of America don't support this. The Electoral College don't support this. You know how you find the people who support this? Go to every county voter registrar office. Their address is right up there. The people who got an R by their name, just go to them. Leave the rest of us alone. We're not part of this.
Mm-hmm.
But America gonna have a very hard lesson. The world is not about what America is about. As a matter of fact, what these European countries about. Because Macron over there, them people say you're not eating off us no more. You're not eating off the shithole countries
no more
anymore.
Yep.
And America gonna be
apologizing. We did a story about that 2 months ago. He out here apologizing. He out here trying to pay them reparations. He out here trying to whatever. Because when motherfuckers stand up, that's what I say. It don't matter how much okay, fine. You can military all day, but you gonna murder everybody? Can't do that.
Them people say we're not on your team, and you really want to be white. I'm gonna tell America is a very lazy country. We never got into the production of the things that make life beautiful. You're gonna have diabetes, you're gonna have some flowers, some wheat, some soybeans, and that's all you're gonna have in America. Maybe some bell peppers and some Tabasco sauce.
She said,
and that's all you gonna have. You ain't gonna have a cake, you ain't gonna have an ice cream, you ain't gonna even have no damn banana split, because bananas come from only 1% of bananas come from America. So these people don't know, and white people, they selling y'all. It's no reason for this oil. There are 2 solar plants within 10 miles of me. In 10 miles. And no, when I tell you that solar going up and down, the here and there, this is when he said, take the gold, take the oil, the spoils of war. He already said it during his last election and his last presidency. What he going to do? He don't give a F about them people. And when them people get tired of you stealing from them, they're gonna come back for their retribution. But I'm directing them to how they know who is involved and who is not. Go to the voter registry, and you run that list. It's public record, and every name with an R beside it. Send the drones to their house. Just skip over mine. Mine got a D at the voter registry office. And there you go. That's how they separate who part. Because the majority of America don't support this. Because the Electoral College is the one that support this, not the per people per vote. Because the majority of America didn't vote for this.
No.
So don't hold us accountable. And that's all I want to say. And thank you for doing the story, because there's so many layers to this. And I forget that man got his degree. His dad bought his way in school. Because if ain't no demand, you ain't got nothing but a warehouse full of junk, a whole bunch of houses sitting up, and a whole lot of that. And I'm seeing them creating a bubble right now in this little country town. I'm seeing the bubble being created for the next housing market crash in about 4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
So, America going to keep doing the same thing because we do not study history. So thank you very much, and keep on doing these stories, because we need to hear this politics. I like the full of fucking niggatry. I like it. But we need this too. We need a diverse diet. So thank you.
You're welcome. All right. I'm gonna pull up Nadi and I'm gonna pull up Bree because I feel like I can pull y'all up together. Hey girls.
Oh wait, how come I can't hear you?
We can hear you, Naughty.
We can hear you. You can't hear me? Okay. Hey Bree. She'll be back up.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna be really fast because I'm chewing, and y'all know this Asian Wi-Fi is a little different. So I've been telling people since last year, since I got in Asia, Asia has been rebelling against the machine. And the reason they stopped showing y'all is because they overturned and overthrew the government. And then
Mm.
who followed behind them? France. France has been whooping, the French people have been whooping France's behind ever since they lost them jobs. And that started in 2024. See, we didn't know all that. We just saw them out there throwing manure in the streets. We didn't know what was happening. But what they were doing was rebelling because all the white folks started getting kicked out of Africa. Africa is fighting back. They're already calling Nigeria the coon of the countries and the continent of Africa. So
It
you
is
can't
the
trust
cool of the country.
Nigeria. You
I
can't trust
believe that.
Nigeria at all.
Yeah.
So you have that. You have Ibrahim Traore. He just did a speech today talking about if I die for my country, I'll die and my people will rise up. Y'all don't want to fight with Africa. Did y'all forget Black Hawk Down? We fell out. We left prisoners of war during that time. Go look it up. And what was that? Somalia? If we couldn't take over Somalia, what makes you think we could take over the whole Africa? That's why Russia teamed up with China. People need to look at the key players, right? There's a reason they're
That's
telling us.
the thing, people, and they don't understand. It's like when you explain, like when I explain how things went here and like in Central and South America, you here they conquered everything. You cannot conquer a place where you're afraid to go in. You know, like in
Yep.
Panama, they used to escape because these white people can't go in the bush. Like in Central, South America, y'all can't guerrilla warfare them motherfuckers like when they did in Vietnam. These motherfuckers was running around in flip flops in rice. You can't fuck with people on their own territory. So
Torturing,
even
torturing
in
the people.
like y'all cool in these places where y'all know people at, but you ain't going into the bush. You ain't going into the wild, ho. These niggas will go into the wild. You can't do that. And all your
But
machines in the world ain't gonna do something in the middle of the fucking Congo. It don't mean
listen,
shit.
when Boko Haram stole those girls, he just gave them all back. Literally, at the end of 2025, gave them all back. That was just to show he could do whatever he want. I don't know why people are out here playing like people are not like that. Like, I truly believe these Neanderthals are put here because they want to show they're in charge of something, but they have only won during through famine and disease because they are the dirtiest people on the planet. I don't care how clean they are right now. Look at what they're doing. They're reverting back. Look at all these unvaxxed people. Now, I'm not pro vaccinations of all the sort, but some of these they need. We've cured polio, it's come back. We cured the measles, it's come back. Why? Because people are nasty. And I'll end it with this. I'm out here in Asia now where the people are not playing. They're fighting against the regimes. They're fighting Dubai. They're fighting Abu Dhabi. They're fighting the princes of the world. They're teaming up with Africa. When in the history has Asia ever did that? And it's split, it's divided. Half of Asia is siding with Africa. The other half is siding with China. China only has the people they have because they're not allowed to have a right to say anything. And then the billionaires are starting to be exposed by the whites. At the end of the day, if we don't do something now and you can see it, some of y'all sons and daughters is going to be on the front line, and your sons and daughters are going to be the ones out there because y'all don't have power, y'all don't have the connections, and y'all don't have the money. We already seen the cracks in the seams. Jeff Bezos just got exposed for stealing from a white man. And the white man's wife is out here saying you stole millions from us and tried to use the DOJ to get those millions because we decided to outsource because you are a corrupt businessman. Baby, there's cracks in the seams. And if you don't believe anything, I bet you in 90 days we about to see who's who. In 90 days, that's all it's going to take. They're out here doing the conference right now because USA has to stand on the carpet for taking that man. Because what is the plan?
Yeah.
There is none. Some of y'all are afraid to fight back now, and they're trying to distract you because the primaries are up. They saw what y'all did in Florida. They saw what you did in New York. Texas is scared, hence why Governor Abbott is trying everything in his power to distract us, and it won't work. We got to beat him at the booth because that's the only way JD Vance won't have the full power because our president is sick. You can tell. Look at how he sounds. He don't sound the same. Something ain't right, but that's just me. All right. Please get these likes up, share this live, send a donation, buy the merch, get the vitamins, and shout out to all the people. And Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's, Jovi.
Happy New Year's, Bree. All right, Nadi, you could come back up when you're ready. Okay, but let's get into some of these comments. Y'all telling me about the body wash. I'm about to get me my Lumi. I'm over it. I can't do this shit no more. Let's move down. He's trying to take over the whole Western Hemisphere. Ours is the 13th. Good morning. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year to everybody. Girl, I know I just have more information. Okay. No, having my son is exempt from the armed forces. Like, this shit is crazy. Hey, Divine, they had no plan for what's happening next. Now they are threatening to do the same for Mexico. Child, it's going to be up. And like Bree said, we are isolated. You know, they bought TikTok, they bought all these things, they bought Twitter. They're isolating us from the information that is happening around the world. Like, it's up. This motherfucker think. But like I always say, and this is how Rome fell. This is how, thinking your whiteness is so amazing and you're so smart and when you're mediocre and stupid. We have a bunch of mediocre, stupid fucking people in charge of shit. And that is how, because you cannot see the humanity of your opponents. You cannot see that they will fight to the fucking death. I see that, and I gave y'all the example of what happened in Vietnam. America refused to acknowledge that these people have autonomy and they will fucking be chilling in fucking monsoons, running through rice fields and fucking flip-flops for their fucking country. They refused to see them. And that shit did not fucking stop. That shit kept going till they had no other fucking choice. It's going to be the same thing. Because we as Americans refuse to see, especially those type of Americans, refuse to see the humanity of other fucking people. And that is the most dangerous thing you could be when you are the boss in charge. Think you running everything. Because while you sitting up on your throne thinking that these people don't even think right, they don't understand, they're all of this shit, they're plotting. Comments. I'm going through the comments, seeing what I want to say. I've heard they killed the natives. I heard they unalive off the natives in Argentina. They whitewashed them, but they're still there. A lot of them ran to Brazil. They're still there. They're in the bush. Like I told y'all, they're in the bush. The Maroons, I gave y'all a history lesson. I even told my Haitian friend, and she had to be like, damn, she true. Haiti wasn't the first people to revolt. It was Panamanians back in the fucking 1500s. And how did they do it? They ran in the fucking bush. I went to the bush a couple of times when I was young and I used to go down there. It's serious. My mama got bit by a bug. I swear to God, I was 10 years old. She got bit by a bug going and we was visiting my uncle who live up there. Let's say up there, because it's in the, when I mean the mountains, the swamp, when I say the bush, that's what I mean. She got bit. I was 10. She still got that fucking bite mark. I was 10 years old. That was 35 fucking years ago. And she still has that bite mark on her ass. Still. That's how they escaped back in the 1500s. It was so bad that they sent the leader to Spain to make a deal with the fucking king at the time to leave them the fuck alone, because havoc all over Central and South and Upper South America. Something happened with my Facebook stream. Maybe they cut me off because of what I'm saying. Who knows? Havoc. Okay? Because like Bree said, when they came to America, remember at first America wasn't, we just got the West Coast about 100 years ago. It was all wild. Them people can't go into the wild. Them people can't go in. Even when during the enslavement, they had to get people and try to barter with them to try to bring people for them to come and for them to take them on the ships, because they can't go into the jungle, into the bush. They die. They get ate. A bug will bite them like they bit my mama, and they won't be here no more. All your billions of dollars in technology, and we still don't even know what the fuck is in the Congo fucking rainforest. All the shit that we got, they still don't know, because the bush is so fucking all encompassing. They still don't know in certain places what the fuck is in South America. That's up the block. What's in all of that Amazon? And you think you're gonna go over there for real? You might take over their cities, okay? But unlike America, when they brought us here, we didn't have nowhere to run. They didn't have nowhere to run. This was a foreign place. They don't know how to run. But everywhere, they know where to go. It's like they say, y'all know I'm not necessarily into the religion. But like, let me find out David and Goliath 21st century edition is about to happen. We think we Goliath. Well, shit, we are Goliath. And all it took was a fucking stone. Equivalent to with all the jets and all of this and all of that and all of this. All the billions and trillions and all of that. When people get up and say, you know what, could we already see it? We see it happening here. We feel it in our souls. We mind in our business until it's time, until we get that download. We're not the only people getting downloads. They're not getting downloads. We had this conversation before. I don't think God meant for them to get downloads. I don't think they get them at all. But everybody else in this world is getting some sort of download. And when that fucking, remember Independence Day, when that time run out and all shit pop off? Because trust and believe, I really feel like it's going to be a day, like we all here woke up a certain day and was like, you know what, nah, we ain't even have to have a conversation about it. The Asians, everybody, Africans, like, you know what, nah. Nigeria are the coons, and look what they doing in Nigeria. So when it get to a point where they like, nah, then what? Then it's up and it's never going to go down. This weekend, same topic, but different topic. Y'all know I love history. Y'all know that. Okay, I love it. I should have been a fucking history teacher. Okay, a professor, something. I was looking at some things about the Sumerians, right? Sumerians' first civilization or whatever. And it was basically talking about how the Sumerians weren't, even if we think about fossils, et cetera, we know history for the most part. I ain't getting into it, okay? All the specifics. About the Sumerians, who are officially the first civilization, right? That we claim is the first civilization, but was not actually the first civilization. Because when you start in Sumerian texts, everything is already created. The king is already kinged. The world is already the world. You know what I'm saying? And it reads like it is a reprieve or a build back of a world that was already there before. Whether that world, whatever your religion or your beliefs or whatever is, went out over a war, went out over a flood, and they wiped everybody out, whatever the fuck happened, Samaria apparently, allegedly, was a reset of the current, it's like the Matrix, of the current cycle that we are in now. Right? We are in a new fucking cycle, or the starting of a new cycle. This age of Aquarius, this, it's a new fucking cycle. Them ages, they're not like retrogrades that happen every 3 fucking months. These shits take tens of thousands of years to happen. And we literally just started one like last year. And the one before that was back before even the Sumerians was here. So what the fuck does that say? I'm just saying. I like to 1 and 1 and 2. 1 and 1 and 2. Because we know they dig up things that like shouldn't exist. How the pyramid shouldn't exist. Who's to say that before this age, there wasn't a whole civilization that had way more than what we had? Or that what we have that we think is so fucking modern and fucking amazing. And who's to say what was there before? There are tablets, there are things in this world that are so old that even they find now, we'll hear a little bit about it, but they don't speak about it. Like there's one, I remember, where was it? I think it was somewhere on a continent. It might have been in Asia, I don't remember, but somewhere over there where they found something that would be considered a plant, what do you call it? Nuclear plant that was apparently thousands of years old, and they dismissed it because ain't no way, because we're just figuring that stuff out now. It is the magnificentness of forgetting. I'm 45 years old. I've lived through enough to see people forget what the fuck. Like let's say example, I was watching something the other day, yesterday, and it was about some girl. It was like a TikTok clip about it was a nurse talking about, some guy have lesions on the brain, right? It was this random as hell. And my mind went to, that sounds like AIDS to me. They thinking cancer and shit. He coming in with his wife, he got lesions in his mouth and shit, lesions on the brain. And my whole mind went to, because I'm born in the 80s, 1980 to be exact. I dated a dude once who I went to the hospital and was like, oh shit, who mom was dying from. You tell me, who being born in the 80s, you say lesions. And my first lesions on the brain, lesions in the mouth, my mind goes, lesions on your face, my mind goes to AIDS. But in 45 years, well, people fucking forgot that. What do you think people forget in 100, in 1,000, in 10,000? People forgot that, we had great civilizations beforehand. Motherfuckers probably had planes and jets and fucking buildings and all this shit. We forgot. Peep game. If you don't know, I don't know if you do know. Is you me being a nerd, sorry. This is me nerding out again. There are layers on the planet, right? Y'all know that's how they dig and find fossils. And depending on how deep it is, the stuff around them, the age of the dirt, let's say, they know how old said things are, right? The deeper you go in the rock or the deeper you go in the earth, the older it is, right? There is a layer that's missing. Not just in, and it's around the same times with the Sumerians, around that time and before, completely gone. Like a whole, like if you look in certain rocks, it's a gradual, into 1,000 years, 10,000 years, 20,000 years, gone. And it jumps from here to like 1,000,000 or some shit like that. Not 1,000,000, but probably like 100,000. I don't remember. Some shit like that. And not just in one place, not just in America, not just in France or whatever, every fucking place on earth, there is a layer of history that is the layer of history. And this layer is the layer between the dinosaurs and fucking and civilization as we know it. This cycle. The cycle before wiped out. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that freaking interesting? Let me just move this. All right, let's go down some of these comments. She said we have control over Antarctica as well. I love watching documentaries. Okay. I'm one of them people. I will put on, how they have like the Sumerian shit that I just told y'all about. That shit was like 2 hours. That shit was like, that's what I spend my time doing. I swear to God, it's news. Is historical shit like that. Like I've had this recently, my daughter called it out. She was like, you've been really on European. I've been really digging into, for whatever reason, the lineage of the royal family. Like going back, like I know a lot of this shit, but like, new things that came out. They ran DNA test on these bones, and it wasn't that wasn't the son of this one. So like, who's the real king and all this wild shit? I have been going back. And my daughter was like, you're fucking crazy. Well, she didn't say fucking. She was like, you're crazy, Mom. Why are you so interested? Just randomly, I saw something and I go down fucking wormhole. I go down fucking holes and just get lost in the history and what the fuck. And it's crazy. But yeah, that's a story for another day. Y'all want to know about these Europeans and their lineage? Oh, baby. The royal family, child, they the ancestors of a motherfucking Arrow thrower. Bitch. 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 Let me get rid of you. There you go. Some of the weird comments be on the vertical live. I mean, so I'm gonna just knock them out. She said, child, the secret cities on Antarctica, but I was not saying anything. I watched the thing about Antarctica as well last night. I think I watched that last night or maybe early in the day. I watched but it was only like a half an hour on Antarctica, the rivers. They have one river called the Deep River. It's just called Deep River. Like when I say I be watching, okay. And a legitimate president calling somebody else an illegitimate president is crazy. Using the Old Testament for people is not about Let me put you in timeout too. There you go. That's it. Imagine, because he's illegitimate too. Look at all the shit that's happening. If they came and snatched his ass, we'd be like, oh, get the fuck out of here. Somebody said they about to go underground and free until the USA is free of radiation contamination. He said Jamie said they recognize him because they've been through it before. She said people are too dumb. A lot of people are like Orangina says, the poorly educated. The poorly educated like him. But the reality is everybody is not poorly educated. And everybody is not an American. That's where we forget. We think we are, and everybody else on the planet, even a lot of the times Europe, we feel like they are all third world beneath us situation. When majority of the time, every last one of them is more educated than us. Only stupid people ride with this stupid shit because to them it makes sense. Because again, the poorly educated, the common sense ain't common. Like I said, I am very educated. I got a couple degrees to prove it, and I just got common sense. And I've always been good at just putting things together. Like we say, we sit here and we just connected the dots of Argentina, Brazil, and what the fuck, and how this might end up because he forgot about BRICS. And remember, he likes to get on his knees for Russia. So he think it's going to go down. To me, you're probably right. He thinks it's going to be China runs Asia, Russia runs Europe, U.S. runs Americas and run the Americas. I thought, remember, y'all don't even want to claim Central and South America as America, as an America. Remember? But y'all think that's going to happen? No. In my opinion, running through everything we done ran through, even if that is the thought process, oh, he want to be the king of the Americas. He got set up. Orangina know what the fuck he doing. I mean, Putin know what the fuck he doing. Orangina stupid. JD dumb. He think he's smart. He's smart. You know how they say you book smart, but you need to be street smart here. Now one of them is street. You could be book smart or street smart or both. Putin is book smart and street smart. All of everybody else. Like we talk about Burkina Faso. You know, I love me for the Burkina Faso. Book smart and street smart. Orangina is not book smart or street smart. He just got a New York mouth. There's a lot of assholes who are stupid as fuck in New York. And it might sound smart to you, but to another New Yorker, we see the stupidity of it all. He ain't book smart or street smart. Remember, he got into Fordham. No shade to Fordham. But I've told y'all before, as a affluent family going to Fordham or even going to NYU, where his son goes now, is kind of looked down on. It's like, oh, word. To be one of them, I live on the Upper West Side as people, to be in one of these private schools, to be in one of these specialized high schools, to be in one of the whatever, going to Fordham, or even NYU in a lot of cases, unless you come from the hood or whatever. Unless you come from the hood, as it's like, oh shit. But they're billionaires and millionaires. To go to NYU and Fordham in New York City, the only school that is appropriate to attend is Columbia. For those people, you seen it on Gossip Girls. That was some real shit. That was some real shit. I'm in New York, I'm telling you. Orangina went to Fordham. His brother, who was smarter than him, begged his homeboy to let him into UPenn. And he still was a fucking D student at best. He's not book smart or street smart. Neither one. Neither fucking one. Yeah, Venezuela, their money is crashed. It costs like $1 billion for fucking a loaf of bread. But what the fuck it costs here? But that's the stupidity I'm talking about, because y'all dumb. Not my regular people. I love y'all. But the people who are jumping in the comments on the vertical because they, the MAGAs, y'all are stupid. And so anybody could tell you anything. Anybody can tell you anything. As long as they white. As long as they white, they could tell you anything. The sky is fucking yellow. Bitch, it's turquoise out. No, what is you know what I mean? And y'all with it. Because y'all stupid. They tell you 1 + 1 is 12, and you be like, yeah. Yeah. So let's stop playing these games. Please get these likes up. Thank you very much. You don't know what the people is doing. And again, we're suffering here. So you're saying that that Canada should run down on us because we're suffering here. Shit, they had people enslaved here. People suffering here. People are dying here. Women are dying every day here because their baby is dead in their womb and the doctors won't take them out and they get sepsis and they die. Just because it's not in the news every day don't mean it's not happening every fucking day. Every day. Every day. People are starving to death every day. People in your communities, not really ours, your communities are going hungry every day. Every fucking day. So they should come and run through here, right? Every day. She said her basement is set up like a bunker. Yeah, that's how he think it's going to go. That's not how it's going to go. Asia's Asia. Asia, they've been, the only reason Asia is separated is because of the Caucasians' interference. Let's keep it a buck. Like, if we're going to keep it a real. If you know anything about history, let's stop playing these games. Like, for real. They have their little wars, of course. They little dynasties and little battles and shit. But, like, that's really what it is. And once you get their foot out of the situation, because we spoke on, Taiwan, like America. But if shit get down, they going to get down. Look at the continent now. Africa, Nigeria cooning up. Africa trying to lock steady. And what happened? Look what they doing to them. And it's not the Black Africans doing this, it's the white people doing it to them. Who they throwing they throwing their whole continent. They fucking falling on swords for these people. And look what they doing. They trying to go to war with Nigeria. They're trying to go to war with Nigeria. And Nigeria is the only people who are keeping the lockstep from happening. He said it was done illegally. It will get reversed if Congress has any balls. All because people talk about the oil, all because you just don't want to be rational and fair. That's the point of BRICS, rationality and fairness. You have to kidnap presidents. You have to go to war. You have to blow up boats with people on it. You got to do all of this shit because white people don't know how to be rational and see other people as human beings. Because they could have made a deal for oil if you needed oil so bad. You wouldn't need oil so bad if you ain't fuck shit up with Canada, Mexico, other oil producing countries. Because you're too stupid to understand what a tariff is. Make the shit make sense for me. Make it make sense for me. Make it make sense. Get your vitamins. Side note, y'all already know. Get your vitamins. Go to Black Girl Vitamins today. Use Jovi as your code, okay? Yes, we are back. And I'm going to be back again at 6 o'clock. Okay, that's what we're doing. Thursday. No, is it Thursday? The 8th. The 8th. Is that Thursday? I think the 8th is Thursday. I have my friends. Remember, I told y'all my Christmas gift was experience. She said her aunt slipped up at the bridal shower the other day and told me, I think we're going to a show, something involving Neo. Neo of all people. I don't know. She slipped up and then she caught her. And I was like, what? So Thursday, I don't know what time the show is. But it probably, even if the show is during the 6 o'clock time, it probably don't start by then. I'll still try to come at 6 o'clock, trying to be consistent and stay on time. Okay, so noon, 6 o'clock every fucking day. Okay, all right. Eastern time. She said they were in court and pleaded not guilty this morning. The Venezuelans will be right back here soon after Trump take care and make that place an American colony or America, just like Puerto Rico. They won't need anything but a passport eventually. She said he bought, he does not, and that's what we were trying to tell the rest of the world, the rest of the country, but they don't like hearing things that don't come from people like them. They don't. We told them, you stupid. Why do you expect common sense decisions from people, from somebody who like had every opportunity in the world and ended up at fucking Fordham? Are you dumb? Like, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. It's like, think of it like the richest motherfucker in your town, in your city, state, the motherfucker that live in the big house on the mansion, right? Ending up at the fucking community college instead of, if we talking about just your state, the best school the best private school in your state. How the fuck does that even happen? Because that just says that common sense ain't fucking common. But y'all is stupid. And like he says, stupid is as stupid does. They got him. They got him. And remember, peep this. Everything you need to make these technologies, these nukes, these guns, they got gunmen. They manufacturing weapons. Fucking Mali is manufacturing weapons. Burkina Faso is manufacturing tanks. Everything you needed to make these sorts of technology aren't in America, aren't in any of other places, but these places that are controlled by who? BRICS. They don't need to import anything to make nuclear fucking weapons. Asia, Russia, India, Turkey, they gave them the blueprints, literally the blueprint on how to do things, on how to make this, on how to make that. Because all they got to do is dig in the fucking dirt for the minerals, for the components they need to make these things. They're out here building armies. They're out here being trained by Russian special forces, North Korean special forces, China's special forces are in Africa teaching them special force shit. They done made they started the African army already. Currently, it only got 5,000 members that are trained by these special forces. And in this coming up, in this incoming year, other countries will be sending their elites to be trained in the African special forces. The only people who are standing in the way of what these people, what they're going to do is Nigeria. Because Nigeria think they can coon it up, but we all know what happens to coons. And while Nigeria is simultaneously cooning it up to attack the other countries that are trying to lock it down, they're also on the other end being attacked and threatened to be invaded by the people they're cooning it up for. See how when you do wickedness? See how when you do wickedness? See how God, yes, I said it. See how God show your ass? What are the fucking odds that, and I said this before, maybe Orangina was placed there for said reason. We ask, why do these things happen? And I spoke about this before. I spoke on like enslavement, right? I spoke on this before. I'll reiterate before I get into whatever. Like Bree said, like, shit, my daughter just said, historically, the plagues that have ravaged these people, right? About every 30 years, less than that. They would have been wiped out if the Moors didn't go up there and show them how to bathe, not to eat next to their dog poop, sleep, do the things that they do, that they are reverting back to. Peep game. They're so excited to tell them how pure white they are that they don't even have to bathe. and you know, they bathe every 2 weeks or some wild shit like that. Out here smelling like dogs. Out here bringing back measles and all of this wild shit. Right? And like I said back then, God said they weren't meant to be here no more. They were here for a time, and like every other, and like a lot of species in this world, the Neanderthals, there's a lot of humanoids that aren't here no more. And they were supposed to, in my opinion, not be here no more. And because we, being the generous, decent-hearted people that we are, help them to overcome, God allowed what happened to us to happen. Like, we need to teach you a lesson real quick. Because when I say, let me do what I'm doing, let me do what I'm doing. So now we're all these years later. And we're watching them wipe themselves out again. And instead of running to the field, to running up there to teach, to tell them, no, you this is not how you do things. No, we're not out here arguing. We're not out here marching. We're not out here doing nothing. Because we understood that. We got it. We got it. And we standing back and watching what play out. And when the world, like I was speaking about, every other race of humans have been receiving downloads except for them. And everything they have is built on disease and destruction. Disease, destruction, and fucking greed. And we're literally watching as they revert back to the disease, destruction, and greed for the world to see, for them to wipe their own selves out, because that's what they're going to do. Wipe their own selves out. And that's what the fuck is happening. They can't see it. They don't see it. I don't expect them to see it. I don't expect the people who are supposed to be wiped out, in my opinion, by God. I don't even, I don't even go to church and stuff. But at this point, by God, we talk about a reset. A reset of the people. They ain't the first people. We know that. They the last people. And the last, just like a job, right? The last is the first to go. Especially when the last are the most destructive people of the planet. Let's jump back into these comments so we can get up out of here. She says the super rich versus everybody. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They train them, but for so much. They can go into their bush because they allowed it now. But historically, no, you know how deep the bush is? Like, it's real. Certain things can't be the thing. Certain things can't be trained. I told you, my mama still got that bite on her leg. That would have probably killed someone else. She's had it for 35 years. That would have probably there are certain things you can't learn. They could try. They always want to be down. They always want to try to, their mindset, period. End of story. I don't care what you say. Their mindset won't allow them to fully get it. Technically, yeah. Technically. You know how they say, you can, it's like white people who try to get get into Black culture and shit. It sounds good until you listen real hard. You could try to speak like us, and you can try to learn the linguistics of it all, right? But you can never fully comprehend it unless you are it. Certain things you just can't learn. And I'm Panamanian. Yeah, they taught them. They taught them enough to say they taught them. They taught them enough to say they taught them. If you get it, you get it. She said, put a warm tea bag under my arm. Okay, I'm gonna do that. They taught them enough to say they taught them. I keep telling y'all, one thing about Panama, that's why we are the way we are. We are like one of the only Latin American countries that stand on this business, that all black people, they will tell you, we black, we black. We ain't DR. Like, we ain't really trying to be down. We know what it is. We know what it is. That's all I'm gonna say about that. These Vietnam vets were scared for their lives. Ask anybody who went to the fucking war. Like, for real. Or they might have passed. Ask their children, your grandparents, ask them for their fucking lives. Real shit. Real shit. And this ain't a game when they used to be like and tell a black man go home. They know what it is. Everybody on this planet know what it is. Go home. It ain't us. Like Kosha said, they know what it is. When they run through this bitch, they know what it is. They ain't come to Brooklyn. They ain't coming where we at. You think they raiding New York? They're not raiding New York. Let's keep it above. They're not raiding New York. New York is a melting pot of everybody from everywhere. They gonna hit up middle America. That's what they gonna do. Let's keep it above. You would like to think, oh, they gonna no. I don't think so. I don't think so. White Americans are the descendants of Europeans, yes. They are the bottom feeders of Europe. That's why they are the bottom feeders of Europe. That's why they don't like to claim their European heritage, because they know they literally were the gutter trash. They know that. That's why they ran and tried to make themselves anew over here and try to, now we're important over here. They're the gutter trash of Europe. I think that is slowly I think that is coming to an end more. I think that is coming to an end faster than us here, unless you digging, is realizing. That is coming to a whole end. And that's what's scaring them. She said it's spell. Yeah, it spells. The spells are broken. The spell. It's a new day, and people are recognizing their spells. We got more spells. The spells came from us. As us, I mean everybody else that is not of them. The Asians, the Native, everybody that is not of them. The spells came. That is our shit. Everybody else is realizing that shit. That's why the panic is panicking. Because it's up. Yes, absolutely. Hey, Bippy. We are told didn't happen. She said, hold on. She said, maybe the great fun we are told didn't happen, wiped it out. The great that flood is all over the place. Again, I watch too much. I watch and read way too much historical shit. But wiped it all out. Maybe it was on purpose. Maybe it was on purpose. I don't know what the purpose was. Maybe they say, they say this in this book, but we don't know what the fuck. We don't know what came before. That's why they got these dumbass Christians thinking that the world is only like 5,000 years old. It was a whole civilization beforehand. What the fuck? A civilization so civilized, what we consider our modern age is probably the equivalent of them still quote unquote being cave dwellers, hunters and fucking gatherers or some shit. She said, I love a documentary too. I do. Don't let it be one of them Saturday mornings and they got Earth. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Earth. Like on the Discovery Channel, baby. I'm ordering I ain't even making breakfast. I'm ordering breakfast and I am sitting up with my kid and my dog watching Earth. Okay? What country we talking about today? Want to keep something a secret, put it in a book. Yep. And guess what? I like to read. She said another perspective. This may be scripted. It may be. I told you I think it is. I think all this shit is meant to happen. I think all of it. Like I said, I don't want Orangina where he at. That's why I didn't vote for him to be where he at. That's why most of us didn't vote for him to be where he's at. But the reality is, and I'm gonna keep it a buck, if we would have had a rational person like Harris or anybody else, the global South would not have been able to rise. The continent would not have been able to do what they did. He would not, the world would, Orangina created a situation that forced, whether they realize it or not, eyes to be open, that forced the world. Somebody said a little while ago about these people always looking for a white savior, to force the world to realize, even them little countries, even the Taiwans of the world, you know what I'm saying, to realize this is what your white savior looks like. To really listen to what we've been telling them for generations about who these people are, because they think they know who these people are. They come here thinking they know us and thinking they know who these people are. And the reality of that bitch is smacking them in the face all around the world. But Like I said, it is always also allowed. Real shit, if we're going to keep it a buck, y'all know I love Tory. He might fuck around and be the president of the United States of Africa when they pull this shit off in 27. I say it. I'm standing on it in 27. Okay? Tory would have been assassinated already if we had a common sense president. Mali, Burkina, Niger, you know, Zambia, all these other countries that are lockstep and are like, we down, let's do this. These situations would have not have occurred if there was someone even potentially rational in the White House. The things that are brewing, the connections between Canada and everybody else in the world, between Mexico and everybody else in the world, between everywhere else and everybody in the BRICS couldn't be BRICS and would not have had all these countries now trying to get down. If we still had the rose-colored glass, if the world still had the rose-colored glasses of who they thought America was or is, Orangina snatched them glasses off of the world for the world to see who we are in this country. And what the minorities in this country have been trying to tell the world about who this country is actually. France wouldn't be in the fucking shithole it is now if there was actually a decent person, a person that had any common sense in that situation, in that position over here. If the people who are in the folds aren't only concerned for self. And the other people who are the majority here fully comprehend that self shit and will literally throw in their lives on just down on the sword for the rule of self. So this man, DJD, whatever, can be rich and white. They're giving away their farms. And I'm not saying giving it away like, oh, here, take it. To vote for against what helps you is giving it away. They're giving away their everything for selfishness. And that's who we are. Don't care about nothing or nobody. Nothing or nobody. And because we don't care about nothing or nobody, we don't understand that other people, even people here, the people who, us, the rest of the world, we care about ourselves, but we care about our neighbors as well. That's where the disconnects. Not comprehending Brazil fighting for about 10 years to make Venezuela go this, go that, go this, go that. But like I started this video, Brazil still gives a fuck. Because still, Brazil ain't about self. Because that's what Orangina would do. You saw what he's trying to do to Canada and fucking Mexico. Venezuela might fuck around and get fast-tracked into BRICS behind this shit. Like we'll fight our own battles at home where nobody looking. If you feel what I'm saying. We'll fight our battles at home. Like you could be arguing with your brother in the house all day long. your sister in the house all day long. I be damned if that bitch up the block come and try to swing on her. If you know, you know. You right. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing that got him in the office. That's it. That's it. No, he got into Fordham. Fordham. He got into a Fordham. You got me saying the damn word wrong. He got into Fordham. His freshman year, he went to Fordham. His brother, who's older, smarter, but the dad, you know, he liked his little Donnie. So that he left everything to Donnie. The brother, who was his older brother, who was the smart one, who was the whatever, who actually ran the business into the fucking ground. He got his homeboy, who was at admissions at Wharton, to let him in. He didn't get into Wharton. He transferred in sophomore year because of daddy writing a check and his brother's connections. He got into Fordham. Couldn't pay me to go to Fordham. Yes, it is. Yes, they are. Abso-freaking-lutely. That's what I said. That's what I said. I said, what? I was stuck because I didn't even know what she was talking about. And my friend was like, she doesn't know. And I said, Neo, what the? I was like, all right. So this is apparently happening in a couple of days. I was like, what? Like, because I'm Neo's favorite person, right? What? Oh my God. Yes, they are against solar and shit because, you know, it doesn't look nice. Did y'all see what Ireland did? Was it Ireland? Because he went over there and then he did some speech about how he don't like wind things and da-da-da-da. I believe he has a golf course like right on the edge. Is it Ireland or Scotland? I don't remember. They put up thousands of wind turbines facing his golf course. That's how the world feel about it. And while the world is trying to get to solar and fucking things, these people are still trying to dig up the fucking earth and drain it for everything it's got. Like the weather ain't happening. That's why I say stupid people. Stupid people. She said my 3 oldest uncles were in Vietnam. Excuse me. She said white Christians believe that. They do and they dumb. History was my subject too. All right, y'all. We're going to get up out of here. I'm going to go rest my underarm. I will be back at 6 o'clock. Okay. I don't know where I'm coming back from. I might come back from my bed. Okay. But I will be back at 6 o'clock. All right. Love y'all. See y'all later. And as always, I hope you live your life like it's golden because there's no other way to live it.